This video is about how being in nature contributes to spiritual awakening, how nature brings balance, deepens our breath, all connecting to releasing depression, anxiety, and healing other conditions. In this video, I also cover why being in nature helps us, research about being in nature, and an exercise to tap into your awareness that positively impacts your body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Together, these contribute to our evolution of consciousness and being. I'm Dr. Susan Sophia James, a doctor of behavioral health and integrated medicine, and an advanced intuitive and mystic. The research of the Japanese shows getting into the forest has healing effects. They call it forest bathing, which is simply walking in the forest. Forest bathing affects us visually, kinesthetically, through our sense of hearing, experientially, and also through our olfactory senses or sense of smell, which all are expansive. Seeing wildlife without interfering also helps us know we are part of nature. Other research shows even having one tree outside an apartment building lessens feelings of depression, anxiety, isolation, and elevates mood. So what if we don't live near a forest like me? And how can you get into nature, and what can you do while you are in nature? Set aside time at least 3 times a week to get into nature, whether that is walking down a street in a city that has trees on it, or schedule a short trip out of the city, or walk down a road that is less cultivated or in the desert. This can also mean going to an arboretum, botanical garden, farm to pick fruits, or find a place to get vegetables in season outside of the city, or a drive outside, or go to a park. Make small goals that you can manage and that are easy to schedule into your week. Prepare if you need water, a phone, hat, clothing layers, or appropriate shoes. Become curious about what you'll notice and see and experience. Change begins with a single footstep. You can write down some things you notice before you begin if you like to see how the experience changes you. Then make a note about the same area you noticed before you started afterward. And here's an exercise to heighten your awareness. Once you are in nature or your destination of a walk, notice the air against your skin and the temperature. Notice your feet on the ground, and as you move, hear the sound of your footsteps. Notice the wind and air movement. Check out if there are clouds and how they're moving across the sky. Notice the lights and shadow. Listen for the sounds that are far away and close. Notice if there are other people around you and how you experience passing by other people if you do. Are you aware of your body temperature changes? After you begin to get into nature more often, notice if there are certain times of the day that you prefer to be in nature or certain times of the year. Consider how you sleep after you get into nature and notice your mood for the rest of the day and the following day. Do you have resistance to getting into nature? This often is our ego that doesn't want to change. Just notice it. The practices in this video are based on ancient practices, but current research supports each area for our wellness, longevity, balance, and happiness. If you want to get more involved getting into nature, there are often free and volunteer programs where you can participate in changing your city, planting trees, restoring areas for wildlife, and working with children, teens, and adults. As we begin to get into nature and notice more details, we become aware of the unique and incredible capacity of nature and how it is healing, restorative, and connects to our spiritual awakening. Thanks for listening from Transformational Wisdom Institute and Dr. Susan Sophia James.